Hello, what is up, everybody? My name is Mario Pichardo, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about curiosity tendency. It's another one on our list to get through, and this one is exactly what it sounds like. It is the human tendency for individuals to be curious about their environment, about their society, about all the things that are going on, and in the case for individuals to want to kind of learn more. Listen, there's not too much more to be said about it other than the simple fact that, well, when you're curious, when you want to learn about something, that's where really a lot of the discoveries come from. And especially when you're passionate about something, it's that part of you that's like, okay, well, now let me figure out what else is there for me to learn? What else is there for me to pick up? What else is there for me to add to my repertoire of things that I can do, of things that I can help other people with? So, for example, if I'm passionate about, anatomy, I'm going to go in there, I'm going to learn what all the bones are, what all the muscles are, what all the groups are, what all the things. I'm going to become a professional in that area. And it's why a lot of people say, well, pick something that you're passionate about, pick something that, you're curious about. Because when you like something, you naturally want to learn and pick up more and more about it. You're curious, you want it, and whenever you have that good feeling, that goodwill towards something, you want to soak in just more of it. Why? Because it makes you feel good. There's something about emotions that drives so much about the human animal and so much about what we want, so much about us is rooted in that. So curiosity tendency is really just about that human nature bent towards learning more, towards growing more. And of course, when we have a bent towards learning, we can reap amazing rewards. I mean, think about what our lives would be like if we didn't, if we were not curious. Well, then what would we have? Where would we go if we weren't curious, if we didn't want to learn more? If we didn't have ambitions, if we didn't have goals of where we wanted to go to? We'd probably take the conventional route, right? I mean, would we have iPhones? Would we have, but okay, so how can I use curiosity tendency? Well, I mean, you have to just think about it. I mean, this is really just saying, listen, if you're trying to get people to buy something, you want to make them interested in something. I mean, what's the point of the trailer to the movie? It's to get people curious, to get people revved up, to get people excited, to get people, oh, I want to see it. I'm curious as to what's going to happen. There's a lot of uses for it. You can make yourself curious. Listen, whenever it's just that you just need to get into your mind that, well, the reason why do I highly anticipate something? When something comes out, when something's about to come out, it's highly anticipated because we're excited to find out what's going to be there. What else is on the other side of the whatever it is? So yeah, I mean this is really what the tendency is. A part of it is just knowing when curiosity tendency has struck you, and just for you to know, hey, maybe I don't want to buy this thing, but I'm just curious. That's curiosity tendency. And again, being aware of what the tendencies are, the whole point, the whole reason why we're studying them, to go over them, is to say, well, now that I know what they are, I can pay closer attention to how I act, to how I am, to the thoughts that I have, to the emotions that I feel, and be able to track them back. Okay, well, this is because of curiosity tendency. The reason that I'm afraid to go out there and try this new thing is because I have inconsistency avoidance tendency. And so my body, so I become consciously aware of the directions that that my mind is trying to push me in so that I can circumvent it if need be. Okay, maybe maybe I tried marijuana and now I'm curious about these other drugs. Well, I know that this is just curiosity tendency pulling me in this direction. Okay, so just kind of things like that. Not much more needs to be said about it. If you guys like this video, be sure to smash that like button. It really helps with other people finding the channel. And do not forget to subscribe if you have not already. If you like this kind of content, if you want to see more stuff coming out there, I want to finish the 25 cognitive biases before I start going off and making other kinds of videos, just because I want to have it there. I want to have something to be able to offer you guys. So one of the things that I think is really one of the most important things anybody could ever learn about. And again, if you have not already, this is not an affiliate link. I do not make any money off of this, but I highly recommend people check out Poor Charlie's Almanac. You know, he has a slight bent towards atheism, which I think is misfounded. I myself am a Christian, so you know, it's not that I disagree with him on some points and some things, and not just religion, some other points, but pound for pound, one of the most valuable books in terms of just cognitive knowledge, just in terms of systems of thinking, just in terms of looking at the world in a slightly different way, has added a lot of tools to my repertoire, and probably more importantly, pointed out some mistakes that I am making that I am able to avoid. For example, you know, let's say you become a really good psychiatrist, or I don't know, your field of study in college was psychology, and that's all you knew. You know, 2, 3, 4, 5 years later, you're going to look at the entire world or your relationships with other people or how to solve problems based on psychological concepts. But Charlie makes the case, hey, well, you know, you should also listen. There are concepts in math, there are concepts in physics, there are concepts in chemistry and biology, there are concepts in economics, concepts in accounting that you can add to your tool belt, so you don't just have the hammer of psychology. Well, now you also have the saw of economics, you know, and all these other things that where if you the analogy is that, you know, to a man with a hammer, every issue looks like a nail. In other words, you try to answer every single problem that pops up in your life with psychology, when the fact of the matter is that that's not necessarily how all your problems are going to be solved. That in and of itself is a human tendency. So, you know, that's just something to point out there. Again, I don't make an affiliate anything off of this. I don't have any incentive to share it with you besides the fact that it was a great book for me. It was one of the best for me. Now for you, it might be slightly different. It might be more, you might find it to be more advantageous or less advantageous, but you will absolutely learn some great things in there. I highly recommend it. And again, if you guys like this video, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button so that we can get more viewership out there, so we can share this kind of information with everybody else. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Be sure to comment down below your thoughts, things you'd like us to cover in the future, so on and so forth, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.